The Galactic Council had existed for 12,000 years. It was the oldest institution in known space, built by the first species to achieve faster-than-light travel. They had united 700 civilizations under one banner of peace and cooperation. Wars had ended. Trade flourished. The galaxy believed it had seen everything there was to see. Then the humans arrived. Ambassador Al of the stood at the great window of Council Station Prime, watching the small blue ship approach. His four eyes blinked in sequence as he studied the vessel. It was crude by galactic standards. The hull was thick, almost brutish in its design. The engines burned chemical fuel mixed with primitive fusion reactors. Everything about it screamed young species. The humans had been discovered only 3 standard cycles ago when a merchant guild vessel stumbled upon their home system. The reports that came back were confusing. The humans lived on a single planet. They had not even colonized their own moon permanently. Their technology was barely capable of reaching their neighboring worlds. Yet something about those reports made Al uneasy. The human ship docked with a heavy clang that echoed through the station. Al walked slowly toward the reception hall where the first official meeting would take place. Representatives from all major species had gathered. The ancient and wise, the masters of warfare who had not fought in 1,000 years, the beings of pure energy who existed partially in another dimension. All of them wanted to see these strange new creatures from the outer rim. The doors opened. 3 humans walked in. They were smaller than most galactic species. Their bodies were soft, without natural armor or weapons. They had only 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs. By every measure, they should have been unremarkable. But when the lead human looked around the room, Al felt something he had not felt in centuries: fear. The human's name was. She was their chosen speaker, their ambassador to the stars. She walked with a confidence that seemed impossible for someone representing such a young civilization. Her eyes moved across every face in the room, and Al had the strange feeling that she was not intimidated. She was assessing. High Counselor and the eldest of the raised his hand in greeting. His voice was calm and practiced from thousands of diplomatic meetings. Welcome, humans of Earth. You stand before the Galactic Council, the union of 700 worlds. We offer you peace, friendship, and a place among the stars. We ask only that you accept our laws and join our family of civilizations. Smiled. It was a small expression, but somehow it filled the room. Thank you, High Counselor. We are honored by your invitation. But before we discuss membership, I wonder if you might answer some questions for us. Anne's eyes narrowed slightly. New species usually fell over themselves to join the council. They begged for protection, for technology, for guidance. They did not ask questions. Of course, he said carefully. What do you wish to know? Pulled a small device from her pocket. It projected images into the air above them. Star maps, hundreds of them. During our journey here, we scanned your communication networks. Standard procedure for us. We noticed something interesting. Your records only go back 12,000 years. Your oldest species, the achieved space travel approximately 12,300 years ago. Every other species in this council developed faster than light technology after that point. She paused, letting the words settle. In your entire recorded history, you have never encountered a species older than yourselves. You have never found ruins of civilizations that came before. You have never discovered artifacts from ancient empires. The galaxy, according to your records, was empty before the looked up at the stars. Al felt his heart beating faster. He had never thought about it that way. It was simply the way things were. They were first. Everyone else came after. That is correct, and said slowly. The galaxy was young when we began our journey. We were fortunate to be first. Smile grew wider. Were you? Because we have a different theory. We believe the galaxy was not empty. We believe there were others before you. Many others. civilizations that rose and fell while your ancestors were still learning to use tools, empires that spanned 1,000 stars and then vanished without a trace. The room grew very quiet. We believe something erased them. A murmur ran through the gathered representatives. The ambassador, a massive creature covered in natural armor, stepped forward. "This is speculation," he growled. "There is no evidence of these supposed ancient civilizations." Turned to face him directly. She was a fraction of his size, but she did not back away. "Actually, there is. We just know where to look." She touched her device again. The star maps changed. They showed a region of space that Al recognized. The dead zone, a vast area of the galaxy where no ships traveled because there was nothing there. No planets, no resources, no reason to visit. When we first developed space travel, we did not have the luxury of faster-than-light engines. We had to watch. We had to listen. We built telescopes that could see the light from billions of years ago. We studied the universe not as it is now, but as it was in the distant past. The images shifted again. They showed structures, massive, impossible structures that dwarfed anything the Council had ever built, stations the size of planets, ships that could swallow stars, networks of gates that connected thousands of systems. These images are from light that left those locations 4 billion years ago. Those civilizations existed. They built wonders that make your greatest achievements look like children's toys. And then, approximately 3.8 billion years ago, they all disappeared. Every single one, in less than a standard cycle. Silence. Complete, absolute silence. Anne's voice was barely a whisper. What happened to them? His expression grew serious for the first time. "We do not know, but we have theories. Something hunted them, something powerful enough to erase entire civilizations from existence, something that may still be out there waiting." She let that sink in before continuing. "When we discovered this, we made a decision. We would not expand carelessly across the stars. We would not announce our presence to the universe. We would watch and we would prepare. For 200 years we have been building, learning, getting ready for the day when whatever destroyed those ancient empires might return." Al found his voice. "Building what?" Gestured to her companions. One of them stepped forward carrying a case. He opened it, revealing a small sphere no larger than a fist. It glowed with a soft blue light. "This is a compressed singularity generator. When activated, it creates a controlled black hole approximately 10 meters in diameter. We have 40,000 of these deployed across human space. Each one is attached to an automated defense platform capable of destroying any vessel that approaches without authorization." The ambassador laughed. It was a harsh barking sound. 40,000. The fleet numbers in the millions. We have conquered dozens of worlds. Your little traps would barely slow us down. Turned to him with an expression of patient amusement. "The compressed singularity generator was one of our first successful weapons. We developed it 80 years ago. Would you like to see what we have built since then?" She touched her device. The projection changed again. It showed a ship unlike anything Al had ever seen. It was massive, easily 10 times the size of the largest council vessel. Its hull was covered in geometric patterns that seemed to shift and move. "This is the UENS Persistence. It is one of 12 ships in our Extinction-class fleet. Each one carries enough firepower to crack a planet in half. Their armor is made from materials that exist partially outside normal space, making them effectively immune to conventional weapons. They can travel faster than any ship in your fleet, fight harder than any army you can field, and operate independently for decades without resupply." She paused. "They are also not our most powerful weapons. They are simply the ones we are willing to show you." The room had gone very still. Al looked around at his fellow council members. He saw the same expression on every face. They had made a terrible miscalculation. They had looked at humanity's crude ships and primitive technology and assumed they were dealing with children. They were not, and spoke slowly, choosing his words with extreme care. Ambassador, we meant no disrespect. We simply wish to welcome you into our community. Why are you telling us this? Why show us your power? His expression softened slightly. Because we need allies, High Counselor, not subjects, not members of your council who follow your rules and accept your protection. We need partners who understand what is coming and are willing to fight beside us when it arrives. She looked around the room, meeting every eye. The Galactic Council has existed for 12,000 years in peace. That is admirable, but peace does not prepare you for war. Peace does not build the weapons needed to face something capable of erasing civilizations in the blink of an eye. We have spent our entire existence as a species fighting each other, fighting our environment, fighting for survival. It has made us hard, it has made us paranoid, and it has made us ready. She stepped closer to him. We did not come here to join your council. We came here to warn you. Something is out there. We have detected signals from the dead zone. Faint, intermittent, but growing stronger. Whatever destroyed those ancient civilizations is waking up. And when it arrives, all your peace and cooperation will mean nothing if you cannot fight. Al felt his world shifting beneath him. Everything he had believed about humanity, about the galaxy, about his own people was changing in an instant. What do you want from us? He asked. Turned to face him directly. We want you to prepare. Stop pretending that the universe is safe. Start building weapons. Start training soldiers. Start thinking like a species that wants to survive rather than one that has forgotten how to fight. We will share what we know. We will help you prepare. But you must be willing to change. She walked back to join her companions. The galaxy has had 12,000 years of peace. That time is ending. Something is coming, and humanity has been preparing for it since before we knew it existed. We are the galaxy's first true power not because we are the oldest we are the first true power because we never stopped fighting. We never stopped preparing. We never forgot that survival must be earned. She paused at the door. Join us and we might all survive. Refuse and you will face what is coming alone. Either way, we will be ready. The door closed behind them. Al stood in the silence that followed, watching the small blue ship depart through the great window. For the first time in 12,000 years, the Galactic Council had nothing to say. They had come expecting to welcome children into their family. Instead, they had met their future leaders. And the universe would never be the same again.